Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. Mwah. Hope you guys are well. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me for another pick a card reading. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining me. Also, if you are new to my channel, welcome in. I am a psychic medium. I do read tarot intuitively. I start with the channeled message and then I move on to the description of the cards. I am clairvoyant. I am clairaudient. I am a medium. I do offer mediumship-based readings. Those are priced a little bit differently, you guys. They're about $20 per question. Also, I have a lengthy description of my style of reading. A quick disclaimer, I do focus a lot of my readings on shadow work. I am pursuing my master's in clinical psychology. I do want to be an art therapist for children. So because this is my area, this is my niche as a reader. Okay. I think it's really important to understand what kind of reader you're going to, so you know what you're going to get from, your services, right? I do dive into inner child. I do focus my niche, my strength here is inner child because I want to work with kids. I do have a bachelor's in psychology and I'm pursuing a continuation in education to further my degree. Also, I do work with trauma. So whenever we do a reading, I don't just give you a reading. I really look at the root of the issue, or I look at the root of where things are being projected from, how you can improve, how your partner can improve. Does this connection, is it worth it? Maybe not, depending on what I'm guided to do, I definitely dive in a little bit deeper. Okay. Look at the bottom in the description box so you can get a feel for what kind of reader I am. You can also look at my Instagram. I have testimonials, I have reviews, I do pick a card readings. I discuss, a lot of empowerment, like psychology-based energies. I like to do a little bit of everything, okay? And I like to talk about spirituality. And yeah, so for those of you who have donated to my channel, wow, thank you so much. I still have a few notes that I need to pull out of my boxes since I've moved. I do want to give a big thank you, big thank you to Akshul. Thank you so much for your gift, my love. And yes, I will look for you in my email. I know you've been waiting, so thank you. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to connect with you, but make sure I want everyone to understand that if I'm booked, I just can't make it work. If I'm booked, I have to stick to what, the readings that I have and then go from there. So I will make sure to email you back. Thank you so much for your kindness, you guys. Okay, if you would like to further continue to donate to my channel, I do have an Amazon wish list at the bottom in the description box. Please check it out. I also have my Cash App. I also have an awesome independent tarot deck wish list that I would absolutely love. So if you would like to gift me something on the list, I would definitely be grateful. Just an FYI, you guys, since my move, I really want to get a new table for us, okay? This can not only just be beneficial for our YouTube readings, but it can also be beneficial for my personal readings with you. So I am just kindly asking if you guys would like to donate so I can get this IKEA table. Total, it's $130, but obviously you don't have to donate all at once, whatever you can. And I'll have a bigger setup where I can add more cards to the table instead of being so limited to one space. And also when I do personal readings, you'll be able to see more of the reflection of the space that I have in terms of readings. I could do the oracles and you can see the full setup, okay? So if you are feeling generous, please go ahead and, let me know. Send it to my Cash App. So this is going to be a twin flame and soulmate collective update. Okay, I picked out some stones for each pile to discuss some healing aspects in your connection, an intuitive read with stones after you guys choose your deck. I wanted to do it a little bit different this time just to add a variation, okay? And check out my Instagram, you guys. I have testimonials, reviews. I do pick a card readings. I don't know if I said that already, but also I will be giving away Reiki sessions, okay, Reiki healing. And I do give them away complimentary, okay, depending on where I'm at with my energy, but I do give them as I'm guided to, okay? I do post them on my story, so definitely add me on there so you can, stay tuned with what's happening. Perfect. let's go ahead and move on. The first deck here is going to be the Lima Tarot. Thank you so much to my client. I know you messaged me on Instagram and told me this was you. So remind me of your name, comment below. Thank you. I gave you a big thank you. So I really appreciate this. This is the second deck, Tarot de Nu. I hope I said that right. Okay. And then we have the Star Child that was also, this was gifted by Gina. You are a gem. This has been on my wish list forever. Thank you so much for granting me and spoiling me with this beautiful deck. And I hope you are well. You are a client of mine, so you know you can always come back whenever you want. I look forward to it. You're such a great energy. Like seriously, Gina, you're amazing. Your energy during your reading, I was like, yes. So please choose your deck, you guys, so we can dive into an in-depth reading on your relationship. Think about your person, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video. Okay, so for pile one, initially, I intuitively picked out, sorry, let me timestamp this real quick. Pile one is going to be 2, okay, 6. So initially, I picked out pile one, okay, the tiger's eye. So your connection with your twin or your soulmate, your divine counterpart right now, you guys are really moving through the I am energy. This is a representation of your solar plexus, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, the ability to achieve your goals, your independence, your free will, and your ability to initiate your drive. So both of you guys are very shamanistic. You're very in tune with the earth's energy. And I feel like right now the focus is very much on individuality and growth, how you are growing within and how you are projecting onto the world. Like, what are you working on that is manifesting outward? You know, the solar plexus energy is all about, the tiger's eye is all about protection, protecting from evil eye energy as well. But also it does give you that boost to actively pursue your goals in the 3D. So both of you guys are very active in terms of your life purpose right now. You guys are moving forward with a lot of determination. So you may not be in contact because both of you, I'm hearing the eye on the prize. You guys have had a strong vision of what it is that you want to achieve in life. And you both have a deep intuitive understanding that this requires some time alone. This requires some isolation, okay? So the tiger's eye is a good stone for you guys to heal. This means both of you may actually need to center yourself and meditate around your identity, your self-identity. So for the divine feminine, I really highly recommend a tiger's eye so you can start looking at your own projection on this world. The more you heal your self-esteem, your I am energy, your masculine will follow, because you know the divine feminine is the leader on this journey. We are leading from the front. So if you want to, accelerate this process, obviously within divine timing, you have to, heal your chakras as well. It's all about healing yourself, your energy centers, and also individually healing your past life karmic debt, okay? So it's not so much about healing your karmic debt with your partner. It's more about you both, you and your divine masculine or your divine feminine, about healing your individual karma. So you both can rise and you both can come into union, okay? So let's look at the crowning energies for pile one, for your divine counterpart in this twin flame union. So I feel like the divine feminine, I'm having a vision of a beautiful ray of turquoise light coming out of your throat center, okay? So I feel a lot of you guys have been changing maybe the way you've been communicating with your divine counterpart. There's been some changes in communication or the way you have been moving through there. Yeah, there's like a softness There's a softness when it comes to your energy and the way you've been dealing with not just your counterpart, but I feel like you've been mastering yourself. Your throat center is also the center of mastering your spiritual path. This is also a psychic center, also representative of your ascended masters, okay? This is where you speak your truth. Now, for some of you, this is a recommendation from your spirit guides to work on your throat center. And how have you been expressing yourself outwardly to your divine counterpart, okay? I am getting there's an energy here with pile 1 of being shy about expressing your truth. Some of you guys do not express, or you're facing this with your divine counterpart here, your divine masculine or feminine, where there is almost like an inability to truly express your deepest emotions to each other, okay? And so what's happening is that there's been a lot of silencing, or there's been a lot of game playing. It's almost like there's been a tit for tat energy, a lot of, I don't, there's a lot of like, I'm getting like energy of retreating out of fear, okay? Fear of not being accepted, fear of not being seen, of not being, appreciated, or it's like the divine feminine in this connection. I'm almost feeling like there's been a little bit of some shyness around accepting your journey as a divine feminine, okay? So maybe for this pile, I feel like the divine feminine is having a hard time grasping this connection, the idea of this connection, or maybe accepting the divine path here. Almost feeling a little bit silly, like, is this real? Is this even, like, what is this? Or like, your connection is real. But you may also be in a place where you're trying to work through a lot of your past life energy where you were silenced as a woman or a feminine, okay? So what is crowning your energy here in this connection with your twin flame union? What's going on in this connection, please? I'm hearing divine order, okay? Yeah, see, your whole connection right now is centered around heart-to-heart conversations. So this is about communication. A lot of you guys either have been in limited communication, or maybe you've been in this back and forth energy with your person that hasn't really moved too much. You feel like it hasn't moved enough, or you feel like there's so much. Both of you guys, this is the combined energy, the crowning energy of this relationship right now. Both of you guys have so much to say. Both of you guys have so much to express, so much love in this connection here, that you're having a hard time like coming out and saying it. There's a shyness about this. Both of you guys, I am having a vision of this pile, your connection. You guys are wrapped in a blue, it's like a blue orb, okay? A blue orb. So blue can be a representation of Archangel Michael, protection, okay? A higher, like while you guys are elevating your frequency, this connection is protected, especially by Archangel Michael, okay? Because he is in charge of the blue flame. So this could also be a representation of the changes and the shifts in the way you guys are communicating. Maybe you've even noticed like a change in the way you guys have related to each other as of late, okay? Because there's definitely been an enormous amount of union these last few months, but also moving into summer. There is going to be a big change in regards to coming together with your partner. Now, I feel like both of you guys are also very much guided by Archangel Metatron. Metatron is responsible for higher wisdom, higher learning. He is someone who holds like a book of knowledge, of spiritual knowledge. So again, if this is your twin, this is your soulmate, your union is based on how much or how fast you guys are ascending outside of this connection. Codependency, needing each other, is the lowest form of this connection. This is not about having your partner. That is only a quarter of your connection. That is only a quarter of your path. This is more so about how are you joining forces to really bring a shift to the collective. Because ultimately, twin flames, your union, especially if you're a twin flame, if you're a soulmate, it's the same, just a little bit different, okay? Your union really, really, really brings a new wave, a new shift into the collective. So that is the focus, how you are changing individually. Because when you can grow and you can elevate your frequency, your divine masculine moves as well. Okay. So what's crowning this reading right now for both of you? Yeah, both of you guys are looking at each other from the glass. Like I'm having a vision that you're in kind of like a museum and you're looking at each other from a glass and you're touching your palms to each other. You can see each other, but you can't touch each other. So some of you have a long distance situation here crowning this connection. Some of you guys, you know, you've been maybe having conversations from afar. You guys have a situation where there could either be an emotional distance or there's a geographical distance, okay? But either way, you can feel the changes that are happening in the fifth dimension. But both of you guys maybe have been trying to communicate, but the distance has been really, it's been heavy. It's been heavy, and I feel like you may feel like it's creating blockages, okay? But this person, I feel like your divine masculine here with crowning this reading, I feel like your masculine is not really understanding this. They're not understanding what you've been communicating, okay? I feel like they don't really believe in this stuff, or they're questioning it. They're questioning your motives. They're questioning this connection. They're questioning, you know, the intensity of you, of this invitation of love. I'm also hearing the Garden of Eden. So some of you guys may experience a sense of having to continuously fight temptation. The feminine in this pile, you are trying to help your masculine ascend from lower vibrational behavior. Your person is stuck in this 3D energy of lust, of greed, of all the lower frequency energies. And I feel like the divine feminine in this connection has been actively pursuing the necessary change to elevate both of you. So that's why I heard the Garden of Eden here, because you guys are, it's like you're trying to get your person to see the value in themselves, not even in this connection, but it's almost like your behavior is really actively like showing this person, your person is really in their 3D, their 3D energy. I don't think this person is definitely involved in a nightlife. I'm having a vision of a nightlife. There's a lot of gambling. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of not clean money. This is like dirty money with attachments to negative energies. And I feel like they want out of this life. Your person doesn't want to live this life anymore. Your person doesn't want to be in the dark anymore. Your person doesn't want to do this anymore. I could feel their soul wanting to remove themselves from this lifestyle that has kept them stagnant. And they know it's not conducive for their growth. They know that they cannot grow with this behavior, but it's something that it's learned behavior. This is all they know. This is where they come from. And even if it's not to that extreme, your person is really numbing right now. Your divine counterpart is really numbing to avoid themselves, to avoid their healing, and to also avoid healing with you. This person has a grandmother that has passed away that is coming through right now. And she is saying, your person had either a brother or a cousin that passed away. Someone here passed away. Your grandmother is showing me that your person at a very young age had either a best friend or a cousin who passed on. And this was very heartbreaking for your divine counterpart to go through. This was really, really hard on them. They were not the same after this, is what I'm getting. You know, I don't feel like they were able to, give me 1 second, you guys. I don't think they were able to recover from this as quickly as they wanted to, okay? And this grandmother is a part of their life. She's passed away, and she's showing me a little box with photos in there. So I don't know if you guys have a close relationship to this person, but maybe you guys can kind of have a moment where you go down memory lane and maybe you guys can talk about the childhood that they had, okay? I feel like your person wants to they want to express, they want to talk about what they went through. They just don't know how to do it. They have issues with their throat chakra center and they're self-sabotaging, okay? So what's crowning this reading right now? The collective energy for twin flames and soulmates. This could be the one in reverse. So again, I feel like right now the feminine is very aware of what this connection is. The feminine is in tune here. You understand that this connection is higher frequency. This is something that is more than just a relationship, is more than just whatever, right? You're not just dating, right? This is higher frequency. So, and I feel that there has been a lack of cooperation with your divine counterpart. Someone here does not want to see, and that explains the whole tiger's eye. Someone here doesn't want to see that this connection is more than just that. So this person has been numbing, okay? Your person is either in the field of music, like they're a musician, or they are an artist, but they're just really heavily invested in the nightlife is what I'm getting, okay? So this person is more concerned with how people see them, how people view them. This person is not really concerned with, a divine counterpart connection right now. Your person is more in this 3D energy, but I will say that they are being tempted by darker forces right now. Your person is in a dark place, okay? So you definitely, divine feminine, you may have some sort of frequency, you're mirroring some sort of frequency when it comes to this. So it's really important for you to meditate and clear these energies, especially your throat center. Okay? So let's see what's going on in this connection. How is your divine counterpart feeling about you right now? So how's the divine masculine feeling right now about the divine feminine? I'm hearing there's an inner knowing, okay? There's an inner truth, there's an inner knowing. This person thinks about you. Your divine masculine thinks about you when you're not looking, when you're not paying attention, when you least expect it. Like the times where you think, oh, this connection is over, it's never going to go anywhere. This is exactly where your person is activating their energy towards you, okay? This person has learned very toxic behaviors from the masculines in their life. They have learned to ignore the feminine because they feel that if they were to be vulnerable with you, that they would lose. This person is taking on a very egoic approach, although having a deep understanding that you are more than just anyone. They feel it on their core level, especially when they're at work. This person works at night, or they have a few jobs. Maybe this is someone who works at night, because I'm having a vision that they think about you the most at night when they're at work, and when they go to sleep, but right before, they feel a pull towards you. They know that you're special and you're beautiful, and there's something really divine about you. So with the Four of Cups in reverse here, the divine masculine is coming out of a stalemate of really recognizing an opportunity here with you. But this is a slow process, because the number fours for me, I want you guys to look at your fourth house, because again, I almost feel like this is a mirror of where you come from, your family, your roots, your ancestors, and how you guys are transforming this behavior. And this is going to be really important for your union, my loves, because this specifically, I feel like you guys have some heavy karma surrounding like past life family ties. So the more you can heal your projections, the more you can heal the way you're projecting your pain, the faster you guys can come into union, okay? So you're dealing with for some of you, this is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For others, this feels like an Aries, Leo, Sag. Strong Aries coming through though. How's your divine masculine feeling? Yeah, how are they feeling about this connection right now? I feel like the feminine definitely set out some very strong ultimatums for their masculine here. Your person is on a deep journey of trying to run from themselves. They're running from themselves. This is all they know how to do. They may even have like a background. Maybe they were in jail when they were younger, or they were always running away from home. But there's a lot of avoidance is what I'm hearing. And your person is doing this with you as well because you trigger them. You trigger, you know, you trigger home, and they don't know what home is. And I don't think you do either to some degree, or there's been a deep exploration, a spiritual exploration to find out what home is. And this is something that has been so heavy for them to digest. They don't understand, I'm hearing, how you can be so perfect. The divine masculine, what's going on here? They are so, wow, yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to look away from this connection because you are a healer. You are someone who can heal them, and they know it, and they're running from this because if they accept your healing energy, they know that they're going to fall in love with you, and this person is avoidant. They're anxious avoidant. This person grew up taking care of themselves. This person is very independent. They move at their own pace. I'm hearing Pisces energy as well. They move through their challenges alone. This person doesn't know how to ask for help. There's a lot of toxic masculinity here. And the ultimate feeling of having you and the thought of potentially losing you, even though that, that doesn't have to, like, why would they lose you, right? But in their own learned behavior, anything good that's ever happened to them slipped through their hands. So they almost learned how to be pessimistic about relationships to protect their heart. Okay. So your divine masculine right now is really carrying a heavy load with that 10 of Wands. Okay. Your person, they're feeling like they need to move away to calmer waters in this connection. With the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like they're trying to work on their career. A lot of them are not doing legal things for money here. For some of you, this could involve gambling, selling drugs, or just doing things that are not keeping their energy in high frequency, okay? Because your work and your relationship to money will manifest itself in energy. What you do for work is also an energy exchange, okay? So when you're doing something for work that isn't high vibrational, it leaks into your own life. You know what I mean? Even if it's because you have to get through, it's just hard to maintain balance, right? It's hard to maintain balance in that case. So your divine masculine is here with the 2 of Wands. They are feeling, they want to come back to you. They want to communicate, but this person is fearful. They have the Scorpion as well as as their spirit animal. They cannot match you right now. They know that they have a special connection to you. They know this person loves to wear jewelry and watches. They know they have a special connection. They know, and I'm hearing in your eyes, I see it in your eyes. So they feel comforted when they look into your eyes, or this connection that they feel it. They know. Wow, this person feels really frustrated with their life and overwhelmed. There is an issue here with the brother. So this person, either their brother has passed away and they have been carrying the weight of the pain of that, or they are having to take care of a brother. And this is kind of hard on them right now. There's someone they consider a brother here who isn't doing so well, okay? So there's a lot of sneaking around, or a lot of having to do things for fast money. I don't know. This pile in particular, your person feels like they're really moving through a very survival, kind of moving through their instincts to try to survive. Okay. So what's going on here with the divine feminine in this pile? And I feel like the divine feminine has such a deep empathic approach to this connection because you understand. It's almost like you've lived this before. You know what it's like to struggle or to work through your instincts. And I feel like you're doing a lot better. you know, but you're also having to really empathize with your divine masculine. So what's going on with the divine feminine? You've been waiting for some kind of communication, or you've been waiting for your person to get back to you. Divine feminine. Yeah, it's like there's been no contact. Like the divine feminine here is stagnant, just waiting. Like you've definitely been waiting for your person to make their way back. Divine feminine here. Yeah, there is absolutely no communication here. And you're waiting for your masculine, okay? You're waiting for your masculine. Again, this could be, I'm getting a lot of earth energy here. So Aries energy, Leo, Sag. This person may have an Aquarius moon, or someone here has an Aquarius moon. My viewers, you feel like a Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising. Doesn't have to be though. It could be a Leo. It could be an Aries. You guys, I'm getting a strong Gemini energy as well. Gemini, sun, moon, rising. Virgo placements in your Venus. Libra as well. I'm getting a lot of Libra risings here, okay? So yeah, here we have the divine feminine blocking communication. So I don't know if you guys are purposely blocking this, but it's like, let's get one more card for the divine feminine. There's been no movement on your end. And I almost feel like it's because, yeah, you guys are tired. You guys are feeling very defeated. You know, you've been really, really moving through this connection with hope. You've been hopeful about your masculine. You've been hopeful that there's going to be some kind of change, some kind of turnaround. And I almost get a feeling of just feeling devastated. Like you keep feeling like you're not getting what you want from this person. You guys are definitely at a distance, which makes it worse. Okay. The last conversation you and your masculine had was really heartbreaking. I'm getting that your masculine was really dismissive. They dismissed any form of communication, or they didn't validate you. They didn't validate your feelings. This was really heartbreaking for you. So I feel like you guys are moving from a place of disappointment right now. There's a lot of stagnation. There's a lot of avoidance of the inner work, okay? So let's see what's being mirrored here for you. So what is the mirror? What's going on in this connection? What is the mirror for the divine feminine and masculine for pile 1? Your truth, speaking your truth and being honest with each other. I almost feel like both of you guys have a really big ego, okay? There's a lot of ego energy here. Both of you guys are pulling from a place of tit for tat. Like, okay, you want to ignore me, that's fine. I'm going to ignore you. Or there's a lot of like, you know, immaturity about communication. So both of you guys are mirroring the surrender of your resentment. Both of you come from very explosive backgrounds where your parents were very explosive. They lacked communication with you and your siblings, or you and your family. And there was always a lot of accusing. There was a lot of guilt and shame around making mistakes, or around expressing love. It was almost like both of you guys are mirroring homes and family dynamics where you weren't allowed to be vulnerable. Does that make sense with the 5 of Swords in reverse? So this mirror is really teaching you guys, yeah, you guys are both not really looking within. There's a lot of outward projection here, but you're not looking within, okay? So what's being mirrored here for the divine feminine and masculine? Yeah, you're not moving away from the past. This is about your childhood, okay? 2 6s, we have a lot of heavy karma here, okay? So 6s are about, not just about harmony, love, trust, and balance, but they're also about your past life karma with your family, okay? So if you really look at your dynamic with your family, this is what's happening. You guys are mirroring this childhood energy of your inner selves, your inner wounds of being afraid to be vulnerable, being afraid to be loved, being afraid to be seen for who you are, especially if you're a Leo in this situation. Strong Leo energy is coming through here. So what is the mirror for both of you? There's definitely an imbalance of give and take. I feel both of you guys have been resisting So this connection for both of you, it feels heavy right now. It feels burdensome because you're both rejecting this need to bring your emotions into balance. Both of you guys are doing this tit for tat thing. This pile, both of you are in a space of stubbornness. Like, okay, you want to treat me like that? That's cool. I'm going to go over here and ignore you. Oh, okay, you're going to ignore me? Well, I'm going to ignore you for a few more days. Oh, okay, you want to go date someone else? That's fine. I'll go date your friend. And what's happening is, in a lot of this connection, like this energy here, you guys are both meeting karmic partners to try to elevate you. So you're having to experience painful relationships to get you to the next step into union, okay? There's a lot of blockages here in this connection for both of you. But I do feel that a lot of this is for your own growth, okay? So let's get some messages here. And then we'll ask where this connection is going. This is going to be a long one, you guys, but I really want to give you guys something good, so that's okay. So let's get a message here from the Divine Masculine and then the Feminine. Divine Masculine. So we have, this feels like hell. So you guys have been in I'm telling you, it's been a lot of tit for tat. It's been a stormy relationship. What about the Divine Feminine? You make me smile when you cross my mind. Let's get one more for the Divine Feminine here. So it's like your masculine has been stressed out. Your masculine is definitely going through some big, big tower moments. It seems like the Divine Feminine has been doing a lot of research on their masculine. There's been a lot of watching what's happening from behind the scenes. So let's go ahead and see where this relationship is going. Yeah, your masculine feels like this is hell. Their life is hell. It's not so much about you. I think they just don't, they're trying to control their life right now, and it's spinning, okay? So where is this going? Yeah, your person feels very passionate about you. There's so much passion here, okay? There is so much passion here. But your person is trying to end this right now. They're trying to separate from this because the intensity of this adds to the stress, and they fear you. They fear the feminine. They're not happy from within. This person may even suffer from some depression. How do they feel about you? Or where is this connection going? For this twin flame soulmate energy, pile 1, where is it going? One more card, please. You know what song's coming to mind? Yeah, you know what song is coming to mind is the J. Cole, Kevin's Heart. Like, she strokes my ego and I bruise her. This is exactly what this is, especially with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This connection is not in balance. So what is your recommendation? So what is the advice for you? Spirit's advice for you guys in this connection? Alchemy. Focus on alchemy, you guys. You guys really need to, this is about really releasing your karma with your family, releasing any inhibitions surrounding your own confidence. Again, with this tiger's eye, this is all about your I am energy. Because what's happening is this is moving into a lot of sexual communication. Maybe there's going to be a short exchange that's very passionate and sexual, but immediately after there is an ending to this connection in the future. And I feel like a big part of it is that the divine feminine in this connection is overly attached to their emotions. The feminine here needs to rebalance and reconnect with their higher selves. I feel like that the masculine is under a lot of illusion, a lot of fear about you and their life. They are not happy. This person, I'm hearing they're still attached to their karmic connection as well. I'm having a vision of a child here. So either they have a child or their their karmic has a child. So they're not seeing this, they're not really seeing this because right now money is really important. So they're choosing to look away from anything promising here for now. and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. There is no give and take. If you keep giving to this connection, pile one, you're going to keep feeling incredibly dissatisfied. Okay. So right now, that is exactly where you guys are. And I feel that the best advice is to focus on, almost like your childhood dreams. I'm hearing like focus on something you wanted to do when you were a child and create work from it, or a project from it. Work on your self-esteem and your presence. And the more you do this, the more you're going to encourage your divine counterpart to come towards you. Okay. Perfect. So let's move on to pile two. Okay, pile two, what's going on in this connection right now? What's happening with your divine counterpart? I'm having a vision of a bulldog here. I know it's so random. I don't know if one of you guys owns a bulldog or dogs, but the dog totem is very important here. So dogs are a representation of, loyalty, companionship. Someone here could be year of the dog. Okay. There's an energy here of, dependency, of being dependent on this connection, knowing the truth. Okay, because dogs, no matter what, they are very, dogs are always dependable. They, their reactions to people, their owners, are very loving, for sure. It's like a for sure thing. I'm also hearing that song by Miguel. Sure thing. So look at that song, because I think this is a representation of this pile here. So there's an inner knowing between you and your person about some sort of permanency of emotion. Both of you guys are absolutely in love with each other. You cannot get your hands off of each other, or you cannot even stop looking at each other. I am having a vision that you're living like at a distance from each other, or even like away. Maybe you live close. For some of you, you live close. Others, you live at a distance. But someone here has envisioned a happy ever after, like living in a big mansion or living in a big home. Maybe this is how your divine counterpart is seeing this, but there's a lot of visualization of a home life here with each other. Both of you guys are power couples, is what I'm hearing. Both of you guys have really, really powerful jobs and positions in life, or you're very driven people. So a lot of Capricorn energy is coming through, Taurus, Virgo, a lot of Leo energy here. I am hearing Cancer, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, there's a lot of signs are coming through here. But what I am getting is that there's a lot of fire in your chart. Both of you guys met at work. Okay, I feel like you guys either met at work or you met as an extension of work. There's like work involved here. Okay, there's definitely a level of like collaboration here or work. I feel like someone here is a little more business oriented than the other. It feels like someone here is a little more spiritual, a little more artistic or creative, and someone else here is very business oriented, like 3D oriented. Okay. I'm almost getting like this connection. For some of you, this person ran after you guys had sex, or there was like a sexual like engagement, sexting or something like that. But this person immediately like detached. They could feel your intensity. Your person is very Gemini energy coming through so strong. For a moon or rising, they can feel the intensity of this connection and they couldn't understand it. They have I'm hearing a protocol. This person has a protocol about the way they deal with the relationship. So usually after they date or they have sex with someone, they leave, they ghost, they're gone. They don't, I don't think this person sticks around for round 3 or 4. This person's like, I gotta go. As I said, that 444111. So you're definitely dealing with a twin. Okay. So what's going on in this connection? What's crowning this connection for pile 2, please? For some, this person's name is Christian, or it starts with a C. they have a name with a C, first, middle, last name. What's going on in this connection for pile 2? Twin flame soulmate connection. What's crowning? What's crowning the energies? What is crowning the energies here? Your person is really shocked at why they can't let this go. They are obsessing. Some of you guys, my viewers, you're either a model or you're out in public and you look absolutely stunning. You're a nude model or you do something creative and you're out in public. You show your face is what I'm getting, or you show your body, or you're very expressive with yourself and you're pretty beautiful on the outside and inside. And this person cannot stop looking at you, but it's beyond that. It's not just about your beauty. I'm hearing Libra in the 8th house. It's not just about your beauty, it's your poise, it's your elegance. This person is like addicted. I'm hearing addicted to you, addicted to your energy. And the moment they had you either in their arms or they had you in an intimate space, even if this was just long distance and through the phone or through conversation, they lost their mind. Like they didn't understand how you were able to control this connection so much with just your energy. So they were a bit afraid. For some of you, this person knows that you're into magic or that you maybe do something surrounding the manipulation of energy. So this kind of freaked them out a little bit. This freaked them out just a little bit, okay? So I feel like crowning this connection right now, there's a lack of trust. Like both of you guys are not trusting this connection, or both of you guys are feeling like, can I really, like, what's going on here? I feel like the feminine, to be honest, in this connection, you've empowered yourself. I forgot to give you guys your stone. The garnet is your stone, which is very, very, very divine. It's like perfect timing for this because, again, your connection is surrounding a lot of sexual energy, the base chakra, the root chakra, a sense of identity, where you belong in the world. This is about your true knowing of your inner self, your childhood memories, also the Akashic records, who you were in a past life. But this is also very much about sex and a lot of passion, okay? So both of you guys, I feel like, are a little bit free-spirited when it comes to the effort. I feel like both of you guys are kind of like, yeah, I'll make the effort, but, you know, I'll get there when I get there. It's almost like you guys both have a very lax energy, but the divine feminine knows what they're doing in this connection. A lot of my divine feminines for pile 2, you guys are very, very seductive, and you know how to use your beauty and your charm to pull in your masculine is what I'm getting. Your person is very masculine, like they're traditional in a way where they want to be, you know, they want you to tease them. They want that allure. They want the femininity, you know, and I feel the feminine in this pile, you have acquired the balance of yin yang, and you're really using your femininity to pull your masculine, okay? Let go of control issues. But I will say, a lot of you guys have a past life. For my feminines, you've had a past life where you were used to manipulating people and others with your beauty and your charm, okay? So this is something that you're being guided to tone down a little bit during this incarnation, because it's like you're going to repeat an old cycle with your masculine that you don't want to repeat. So you're being asked to use use your spirituality to connect with your masculine. Use your authenticity. In this pile in particular, both of you guys mirror your charm in different ways. The feminine uses their charm and their allure and their beauty to mask their inability to be vulnerable. The masculine is doing the same when it comes to money, okay? So, you know, my spirit guides are saying work on that, because this can actually be very, it can actually hinder the progress, okay, of your connection. So how is the divine masculine feeling right now about this connection? Curious, very curious. Oh my God, so into you. Are you kidding me? So into you? Yes. How's the divine masculine feeling about their feminine right now? In love, absolutely in love. So in love. Love it. Yeah, this person, like, you've awakened a lot. You've awakened a lot of like sexual energy in this person, like a lot of it. I feel that they are, how are they feeling about you? I feel like they're mainly triggered because of their issues with their mother, though. This person has a lot of issues surrounding their mother. They don't trust. And with that trust card, I feel like maybe both of you are triggered by the feminine here. Yeah, see, I almost get like a femme fatale energy here. Like they know you're using your sexuality to kind of pull at them, and they're cautious. Like they like it, but they're very cautious because they feel like they've had so much of this in their life that they don't want to fall victim to another situation where they're getting manipulated. Okay, this person has had a past. Either they have been married before, or they were with someone who used them for money. But there's a lot of manipulation here, is what I'm hearing, surrounding the feminine. How are they feeling about you right now? Yeah, with the Seven of Cups at the bottom. Okay, so yeah, they are absolutely in love with you. I don't want to say in love, but I feel like this person's very curious about you. They're very in tune with you. They're very like, it's like they are very curious about what you make them feel. Like those feelings that you provoke in them, they want to know what that's all about. They want more. It's like a kid at the candy store. They want more and more and more, right? And I think a big part of this is because this person is so focused on a very strict and rigid environment at work or in their life. They have a specific routine. They're living their life a specific way, that when it comes to you, it's like they're wondering how you provoke so much in them. Like you really bring a sense of like freshness. Okay. So they are really into you right now, but they feel like there's something off, that maybe you're trying, like they're not trusting. They're not trusting that they feel they're being manipulated, though, at the same time, is what I'm getting. Okay. So you want to be aware. You want to definitely be careful for that. So how is the divine feminine feeling right now? Okay, they are feeling really confused, but they're feeling like they're fantasizing about you a lot because they don't know too much, or they feel like you're a mystery. A lot of you guys may be psychics, or you're a spiritualist. You're doing something for work where they feel like you're constantly, I'm hearing, changing. You're in the arts. You're in the like a theater, or they feel like you're always changing, like a Gemini, like, or a Pisces. Maybe some of you guys have a Pisces rising, is what I'm getting. But there's like an energy here of constantly being in flux, like constantly changing, constantly moving through energy. Okay, so the divine feminines, I feel like you guys are a Leo, Sag, Aries. How are you feeling about this connection? You feel like it's stagnant. You feel like it's not moving, but look at you. Talk about like they see you like this. They think you're like, wow, you are wow on so many levels, right? How are you feeling about your masculine? Yeah, I feel like you guys are starting to see that this is an opportunity as well. But I feel like in this pile, we're dealing with a feminine that's a little more in their masculine energy. So you're not really like, it's like you're not pining over this person. You're kind of like, yeah, cool. Like if you want to, come towards me, that's cool. But if you don't, that's cool too. You're being a little more sober about this, is what I'm getting. Okay. Like you're not being so idealistic. You're allowing yourself to kind of be more grounded, even though you feel it too. Like, you feel the intensity as well, but you're like cool with it being what it is. And I think that's why your masculine views you in this Empress in reverse energy. They're like, why are you being so cold, or why are you being so distant? A lot of my feminines here with that Garnet energy, you're grounded and rooted in your purpose, and you don't need anyone to validate you, especially if you're in that Queen of Wands. But I do feel like there's a part of you that's not being warm. You're not really embracing your warmth or your vulnerability. You're afraid, okay? You're afraid to give that. Yeah, I feel like you're masking a lot of superficiality for some of you because you're afraid to kind of show your vulnerability. You're afraid to show your softer side. So let's see. What is it? Shit, it just got juicy. So, what does the divine masculine have to say right now towards the divine feminine? Let's see. This came out for this feels like hell. This came out for pile one. That was crazy. Oh my God. What does the divine masculine have to say? I think of contacting you, but I chicken out. So, they've been like in deep thought. The divine masculine. Let's see here. I think of you all the time. So let's see what the divine feminine has to say. I have to learn to trust my intuition. So the divine feminine isn't really paying attention to their intuition. Okay, I miss you. You guys totally miss your divine counterpart, your masculine. I always loved you, but I'm scared, I was scared to tell you. So again, you guys are definitely in your masculine energy a little bit. You're protecting yourself, you're fearful. You don't really know if you could trust. Both of you guys are mirroring that. So where is this connection going? I keep hearing the words like divine timing, divine timing. Like this is definitely going to manifest itself when it needs to. Both of you guys are working in an environment where you have I feel like you both have high positions in life. So this is something that will definitely develop as time goes by. Okay? It will develop as time goes by. Where's this connection going? So it's interesting because I feel like the minute you guys come together, there's an inability to be on the same page. It almost feels like you guys are you guys pull back from each other. You guys the intensity, it's not just your person. It just feels like you're also really triggered by this. Okay. So I feel like you guys got to work through some of that. It's almost like you guys are both going to separate. You're going to come into some clear knowledge about this connection, and you're going to be okay with the separation. You're going to be okay with moving away from it for now. It's like you're trying to follow your own path. You're trying to be clear on your decisions. And it's like both of you guys are feeling really weighed down because you're not getting what you want out of this. I feel like your person is keeping a distance. This is also triggering your own defense mechanisms. With that 9 card, it also represents karmic cycles, karma. You guys are clearing out a lot of this. So with the strength card in reverse, it's like you both are lacking the strength to kind of pursue this right now. You're tired. There's definitely been a lot of ego or a lot of I'm feeling power struggles is what I'm getting. So this is definitely something that has weighed you down, both of you guys. So it's like you guys communicate, and then all of a sudden there's this immaturity because there's such a loving connection here. There's so much love here that you just don't know how to So in the future, you guys are going to complete a cycle. You guys both need to come to this conclusion. You need to stop it's almost like both of you guys are going to surrender to the journey, okay? And your divine masculine is going to come back with an offer, okay? So the masculine here is going to be the one offering. There's going to be an offer of love, an offer of, I'm hearing new contracts sometime in the summer. This is going to be summertime, okay? It's going to be love, or it's going to be a proposition to move in together. It's going to be a proposition to rekindle. It's going to be something big because they know you deserve something big, okay? All right. Let me know if that resonated, you guys. All right, let's move into the next pile. All right, pile 3. Let's see what's going on for you guys. What's going on in your divine connection? get a channeled message here and see what's going on. Okay. So I'm having a vision of the sun. Okay. The sun is very prominent here. So this is about vitality. This is about passion. This is about seeing things clearly. This is about, it could be a connection also to the sun god Ra. Okay. Both of you guys are very ancient souls. You guys are definitely older souls here. I feel like I'm hearing trusting each other, trusting yourself. So this is another energy, another pile of just having to trust yourself, having to trust the process. This pile in particular, I feel like you guys are really learning how to be more in tune with your intuition, in tune with the signs that you're getting about this connection, okay? Because ultimately, I feel that both of you guys are trying, you're very spiritual. Both of you guys are incredibly spiritual. Both of you guys have a lot of ancient wisdom that maybe you may know about or you don't know about, but this is like something that's really shining through. Both of you guys are figuring it out, but you're really facing the sun, okay? So I'm having this vision where you guys are facing the sun and you're really asking these questions. You're really looking for spiritual guidance and insight on this connection. Both of you guys, I feel like both of you guys have moved a lot. Both of you guys have like a mirror. There's a mirror here. Both of you guys traveling a lot to find home. Okay. I'm hearing 6th house, 11th house, and 4th house. So there's a lot of familiarity with home, friendships, routine, okay, hobbies. So there's an active presence here of humanity. Like you guys are actively humanitarians, like you're doing something for humanity. Maybe you guys are both into charity, or you guys do this differently in different ways, whether through art, through creativity, or through a form of self-expression, okay? So I chose the green opal for you guys, and this is a representation of the center of your soul, your heart space energy, doing things from the heart, okay? So both of you guys may need some clearing in your heart chakra. I am feeling that it's like you're attempting to find a deeper meaning in life through your heart center, what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that you really want to pursue in life from a heart, like a center, from your heart center, okay? What's going on in this connection? I'm also hearing the words illusion. So there's been a lot of illusion around this connection, and especially around feelings of maybe not even knowing if you're ready to commit to something so big. Like you guys both know this is a big situation. It's like you guys both know this is a big contract, or there's like an inner knowing of how transformative this energy can be. And it's almost like you guys are both avoiding it. What's going on in this connection here? Yeah. There's been a lot of hiding in this relationship. There's been a lot of hiding, a lot of, going within, a lot of like not wanting to respond, not wanting to talk to each other. What's going on in this connection for pile 3? Yeah. You guys have a lot of work going on. There's a lot of work here for this pile. Okay. Feels like some soulmate energy though. It feels like really like a lot of deep work that needs to be done here. A lot of deep work. Wow. So I feel like you guys are both coming out of a time of being separated is what I'm getting. Okay. This pile, I feel like you guys may be interacting here, but there's a dishonesty. Your person actually has very deep ancestors that are Native American, because I'm having a vision of tribal energy, okay? So there is a lot of like ancestral generational trauma, a lot of things that I feel you guys are both working through, especially in regards to any substance abuse, any alcohol abuse, anything involving addiction, okay? Because that's coming through strong here. So yeah, there's a lot of fear surrounding being let down, okay? Being let down or being led on, okay? So this person has a specific way of dealing with things. This may also be a Leo, Sag, Aries. I feel like my viewers, you're a Pisces, strong Piscean energy coming through. You may be a Cancer, a Scorpio, Sag energy is coming through very strong, but ultimately you guys are both very adventurous and you're seekers. I'm hearing seekers of knowledge. So you like to ask a lot of questions. You like to know why things are the way that they are. You're constantly, it's like you're asking the right questions, but there's also a fear of trusting people in general. Like, can I trust this person? Can I give this person my heart, whether this is in relationships or friendships? So it's almost like you guys both keep a healthy distance, or I would even say like an unhealthy distance sometimes from people, and you isolate because this is how you have both learned how to survive, okay? So you guys are like ultimately in this connection, you guys are not being honest with each other. You're not being real. You're not being upfront. There's a lot of like intrusive energy from the outside as well, like codependencies, addictions, or just other people getting involved in this mix. So how's your divine masculine feeling about this? Yeah, see, I knew there was a lot of Piscean energy here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. How are they feeling about you right now? I feel like the communication has startled your masculine a little bit. Maybe you guys have been, how are they feeling about you? Maybe they feel like there's been an overabundant amount of emotion. Maybe they feel like you're not in control of your emotions, but they kind of like that is what I'm getting. So it's like a conflicted energy because a part of them is like, they're like, whoa, 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 this is too much. This is too much. What is this? Why? And the other part of them is like, wow, like I really like this. They like the drama. Let's just say that they like the drama. Okay. But your person, again, your person comes from a background here of not having a lot of support. And I think both of you guys mirror a lot of this. You mirror a lot of the lack of the support system, the lack of the, family, the lack of support in your community. And a lot of you guys are old souls. Like you have that wolf energy of like roaming on your own, of doing things on your own. And you're also very prideful. So you don't ask people for help. You definitely don't ask anyone for help. You don't look for outside, answers. You're not really looking. You're not looking for handouts. So, but I feel like a lot of your pain for both of you guys, what you're mirroring is that a lot of your pain has manifested itself in self-sabotaging behaviors where you're numbing through either addictions or an unhealthy amount of isolation where you feel like paranoid, like you can't trust people. And this is kind of being mirrored here in the way they are relating to you in this connection, okay? So I feel like the love that you're trying to give them, they don't trust it. They don't trust that your love is genuine. They think it's an over the top like expression of something, okay? They're like, what is that? And this is a lot of their own stuff that they need to work through, So the communication has been a little harsh. I feel like they feel like you have communicated explosively or with too much emotion, and they feel like you're trying to control this and they don't like that, okay? They feel like you're trying to control something and they don't like it. They feel like you're not allowing yourself to go within. So there's a codependency here. Maybe you've been holding on to your masculine for too long. Maybe you're just holding on to the idea. You're holding on to them. They feel like they want to be free. This person needs to be free to explore the deeper meaning of life. So they've been feeling conflicted because all I see right here is this. They want to be free. They want to be. So whatever you guys have been talking about, So how is the feminine feeling in this situation here? Let's see. How's the feminine feeling in this situation? Okay, I'll be really honest. A lot of my feminines in this pile, you guys are projecting a lot of your missing father. Okay, so there's a need to control your masculine. There's a need to control the situation. There's a need to control them leaving you or them being there. And this is not creating a healthy situation. Okay, this is creating a lot of your inner child wounds. Like you're trying to reenact a lot of the past so you can feel in control. Okay. So a lot of you guys have been tired of waiting for this person, okay? This has been incredibly burdensome. And again, with all these energies in reverse here, you're working from a place of wound, yeah? You guys are both mirroring the same exact thing with with different approaches. Your person is numbing through substances or behaviors that are keeping them numb, keeping their emotional state numb. And you guys are numbing through trying to control. You're trying to control the situation because you feel that if you can control it, things will go in your favor, right? So this is saying, you guys are both needing to surrender the ego or the idea that you can control the outcome. The minute you can do that, I feel like you guys are going to grow into a better space of really being in a balanced situation, okay? It's going to create more balance. So let's get some messages here. The divine masculine in this situation. Let's see. The divine masculine. Stop doubting our connection in reverse. So again, this person it's like they're having a hard time. And a lot of my vision, I felt like they were by themselves, really trying to contemplate what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're asking, why this is happening. This person is nomadic. They're very big on traveling. This person needs to, they got to go back to the trees and the earth to really connect with their higher selves, with their spiritual wisdom. But that's the only way that they feel like they're connected, to source. They need to figure it out on their own. This person is someone very, like a lot of Sagittarius energy here. So how do they feel? The divine masculine? So they feel like they have to learn how to trust their intuition about you. They want you to have faith that you're going to see results. And I'm sorry I hurt you. They know they hurt you. I feel like in this connection, your masculine may have detached without really saying anything, and that shit was painful, okay? So the divine feminine here. So the divine feminine, you're actually being guarded and watched by an owl spirit totem. So this is your spirit animal right now. So you need to connect with the spirit animal to really transform all these energies of being unsure of yourself to being sure of your own path. Because a lot of you guys have latent talents. You're very intuitive. You're very in tune with your spiritual space. You're very, there's like I'm hearing a guided path for you. So you have to trust this right now. You have to trust that there's a guided path for you. And it doesn't mean that it's within your masculine right now. I think there's a higher purpose and a higher calling for you. Okay. So what is the message from the divine feminine here? You guys are ready. You're like, look, I want to marry. What's up? What's up? You're like, I know. I think of you all the time. So you guys are sending a lot of love to your masculine. You guys are ready. You guys feel it. Okay, so what is the advice for this connection? Or yeah, you guys both need to let go. Oh, you guys are vicious when you communicate. Like you guys both go to battle when you talk to each other. So work on your communication. There's too much anger here. You're projecting a lot of your anger of not having, the stability in your childhood on each other. There's a lot of projection here, okay, that needs to kind of come to a healing. It's like you guys individually have to stop self-sabotaging each other. So where's this connection going? This person thinks your person is actually going to spend some time away from you. They are going to spend some time away. But when they come back, I'm hearing December. This is going to be a late bloom, you guys. So hang in there. Okay. I feel like there is going to be a completion of a cycle. And I also feel they're going to gift you roses. This person is building you a rose garden. They're building you a garden. They want to build for a future. Where's this going? So you have to allow them to give them the room. Give yourself the room to grow. Your person has a chip on their shoulder when it comes to their past experiences, and so do you. And this connection is being triggered. So this is the beauty of it. Let me show you what I'm seeing. You guys may even have a son by next year. Okay, there may be a child involved here. But there's an end of a cycle for both of you. Okay, things are closing out in order to bring in new order, new love. So this is going to be very painful because you're going to have to accept that things are ending for now, okay? But once I'm hearing December rolls around, okay, you guys are going to have a new start. There's going to be a new awakening of love, and I see talks of a child pretty quickly, okay? So once this takes off the ground, it's going to take off the ground like running, like it's going to be really fast, and it's going to be divinely guided. So the advice is to release any codependent energies. Both of you guys have it in different ways, okay? Once you can elevate your energies and work on your heart center, you'll see a lot more movement with each other. All right? All right, my loves, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah. Comment below. Let me know if it resonates. Bye.